These are no longer just deeply concerning news headlines, but the formally adopted survival strategy of the Western world in 2026. The world has crossed an invisible line, beyond which diplomacy can only shrug helplessly and generals and defense industry engineers take the stage. The publication Glavred, citing recent NATO intelligence reports and leading military analysts, claims the West has officially begun preparations for World War III. Why are European capitals, which just yesterday were enjoying comfort, now urgently reinstating conscription? How much time do intelligence agencies give before a direct confrontation with the new axis of evil? And why has Ukraine become the testing ground where the survival of civilizations is being decided? Right now, we will break down scenarios that make your blood run cold, but which we must know about. Watch until the end. The future of the world order is being rewritten at this very moment. And for more details, stay tuned for our report. You are on the Glavred channel and I am your host Yevhen Serov. Like and subscribe to the channel. Glavred's report highlights the radical changes in philosophy taking place in Brussels and Washington. The era of peace dividends, when Europe spent decades downsizing its armies, is officially over. The West has realized that Russia, Iran, and North Korea have formed a full-fledged military-industrial alliance that operates around the clock. Militarization of budgets. Germany, Poland, and the Scandinavian countries are pouring hundreds of billions of euros into defense. Rheinmetall and Lockheed Martin factories have switched to a 3-shift work schedule. The reinstatement of conscription, something that once seemed archaic, is making a comeback. From the Baltics to France, models of total reserve mobilization are being discussed. The West no longer believes in a small professional army. It is preparing for a large war of attrition. Creation of strategic reserves. Across Europe, giant warehouses for ammunition, fuel, and food are being built. This is preparation for a siege the world hasn't seen since the middle of the last century. The most shocking part of the material is the timeline. NATO intelligence and German analysts are increasingly naming 2027 as a critical point. It is believed that by this time the Kremlin will have fully restored its ground forces after losses in Ukraine and will be ready for aggression against the Baltic states or Poland. But why has the West started talking about this so openly right now? The answer lies in the coordination of the axis of aggressors. Glavred points out that North Korea is not just supplying shells, but has effectively become Russia's eastern arsenal, receiving nuclear technologies in return. Iran is supplying thousands of drones and helping to build factories for their production. Western strategists understand this is not a local conflict in eastern Ukraine, but a global challenge, where Ukraine is the first and most powerful line of defense. If this shield falls, the war will instantly spill over into the territory of the European Union. Preparation for World War III involves not only the number of tanks, but also a technological breakthrough. The article mentions the deployment of new air defense systems in Europe and the United States, which are intended to neutralize the Kremlin's nuclear blackmail. The West is also betting on the economic isolation of the entire axis of evil. Essentially, the world is splitting into 2 technological and financial blocks. The article emphasizes the year 26 has become a time of final choice. You can no longer trade with the enemy while preparing to defend against them. Either you are part of the collective security system or you are behind the Iron Curtain.